Hello everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. I just want to thank everyone who has been watching my videos, subscribing to my channel and liking and commenting on my videos. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And those of you who have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do because there's a lot more content coming this year. Now in today's video, I will be talking about the new moon in the sign of Aquarius that occurs on the 1st of February 2022. Now this new moon occurs at about 12 degree 19 minutes Aquarius. So this new moon is going to start a new cycle which culminates when the full moon in Aquarius occurs later on in the year in 6 months time. So the influence of this new moon will be felt for the next 6 months. So new moon is basically a time when sun and moon both are in the same sign. So they're conjunct basically. So sun is your soul essence, your identity, and moon is your emotions. So your sun and moon are together. So any kind of new beginning that you want to make, there's a kind of a really good energy of sun and moon coming together with the restarting of the moon's phase with the new moon. So it's really a good time to have fresh beginnings and things that are going on already. You can have another look at it, solve any issues that there might be and have a fresh beginning in whatever matter, wherever your Aquarius sign is in your chart. So it's a really good time to have fresh energy. Now Aquarius is all about groups and organization. It's about the association and associates that you interact with. Now it's also to do with the social circle, your friend circle, and the collective mindset, the group mindset. It's Aquarius also stands for humanitarian activities, any cause that you relate to, and people, like-minded people you connect with. And Aquarius is associated with the 11th house energy in the zodiac wheel, and 11th house is to do with your hopes and wishes, your professional gains, and any kind of income gain or any kind of advantage that you get from a social setting or organization, or from your from your career or job, anything. So any kind of benefit coming is also 11th house matter. So when a new moon occurs in the sign of Aquarius, you can expect some kind of new beginning in these matters. So you can have a restart in terms of your maybe a new project, group project, or maybe a new organization you're joining, or more friends you're attracting, or joining a new social group, or just taking up a new cause, new humanitarian, whatever that might be. So you're having fresh beginning in these areas, or you're looking at these things with a fresh perspective. So all these things are definitely under Aquarius domain, and with this new moon, it's asking you to think outside the box as well in order to solve problems and have fresh beginnings, because Aquarius is to do with thinking outside the box. It's about logic and reasoning, using more logic and reasoning to have these fresh start rather than depending too much on emotions, because Aquarius can be a emotionally distant kind of sign. Now with new moon in Aquarius, it's also a great time to release any kind of energy, emotions that is causing any kind of distance or restrictions. So any kind of fear or control issues, or any kind of fixed mentality, rigid mentality you may be feeling, this is a good time to really think over those feelings again and have fresh start in terms of look at it in a different way, with a different perspective. So that can also be a new moon in Aquarius theme. So it's really a great time to be positive, socialize, be hopeful of whatever your hopes and wishes are, whatever your vision is for the future, and lay down some roots, sow some seed, put down some intention for a new beginning in Aquarian matters. So it's really a great time to break free, free yourself, express yourself, and really bring in these new energy, new moon energy in your social matters, in your group matters, with your hopes and wishes, your future projects, your vision for the future, for yourself, your goals and ambitions, and all that thing. So it's a great time to set those intention for fresh new beginnings. Now this new moon will be conjunct Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. Now with Saturn in Aquarius, it is in its own sign. Saturn rules Aquarius, traditionally rules Aquarius, so it's pretty happy in its in the sign, but moon may not be particularly in a good position because moon is emotions and Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, so it kind of restricts the emotions. Or the positive side of it is it can stabilize your emotions, but with stability it makes you very reserved. It's going to stabilize it, but it's going to also make you distance in terms of expressing your emotions. So you may be very reserved, even appear cold and reserved to other people. So you feel a kind of distance, cut off from emotions or connecting with other people, and this can have a limiting effect on you, restrictive effect on you. You're kind of holding yourself back from expressing what you need to express during this new moon. Now this new moon is also squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Now Uranus is a very free kind of energy, erratic, disrupting, freedom inducing energy. So with this new moon squaring Uranus, you may feel a bit erratic, unstable, and you may you may feel inclined to take risk, or some kind of bring radical changes in your life, in whatever matter wherever your Taurus sign sits, wherever Uranus in Taurus is in your chart. So there's going to be a square kind of aspect between your Aquarius sign and your Taurus sign during this new moon. So overall it is a tense time because your moon, your emotions, is getting affected in a challenging aspect with Saturn and Uranus, which is about restriction and freedom. So it's kind of an opposing energy. So your moon, your emotions, is getting pulled in both directions. So you want to make progress, you want to break free, but things are getting maybe delayed, or you're feeling restriction because of external forces. Things are not turning out at the speed you want, or at the time you want. So you may be feeling a bit restricted during this new moon especially. So the best thing to do during this time is to review your options, to look at your own viewpoint, your own perspective, and move forward with fresh start in terms of if you need to make any kind of changes, adjustment, or wherever you're feeling restricted, if you need to think or see things a bit differently to free yourself and stabilize yourself, basically, to be able to go on that path of progress and goals and ambition wherever you want to go. So you need to balance this conflicting energy of the effect of Saturn and Uranus on your moon, on your emotions, and really find the best option that is going to make you make you progress and develop and really grow during this new moon. Now I'll be discussing the effect of this new moon in Aquarius for all the 12 zodiac signs. So let's begin. Aries, for you the new moon in Aquarius occurs in your 11th house. Now 11th house is to do with your social circle, your networking, groups and organization, group project, collaborations and professional gains. So a new moon here is definitely a time for fresh beginnings in these matters. Now with Saturn conjunct the new moon here, you may feel some kind of restrictions in your social group. So this new moon is going to give you the opportunity to seek connections in different places, new places, places you have not considered before. So definitely seek out and find new ways of connecting to people you have not connected before, different kind of social groups and collaboration as well. So the ones you're already collaborating, if they are not reaping any more rewards, it's good to seek out other social connections and network outside your current social group. Now this new moon is going to be squaring Uranus in your second house, so that's your money matters. Now you are seeking freedom in your money matters, your personal financial matters, Aries. So this is a great time to really connect with different kind of people, new collaboration, new people, for professional gains, for your business, for expansion of your business. The gains you will get through expanding and new partnerships maybe. So definitely a great time to seek new opportunities, new people that can help you increase your financial well-being, your personal income. And this you can do by having new starts in your 11th house matter, in your social circle, which is going to take place if you are seeking outside your current situation, whatever the group that you have and the collaborations that you have. So seek out, and that is going to definitely in due course help you grow financially as well, Aries. Also Aries, as you do seek out other connections and new connections, the current social group can also be used for your financial well-being and improving your financial standing. So you can maybe start a new project or connect yourself with a new project within a current social group and your team, so, or organization, association, whatever you're part of. So through that also you can gain more if you are starting a new project instead of completely changing your group and going to or collaborating completely with different people. You can bring in new energy in your own current social setting, and this can also help you to avoid take any kind of risk with your finances, and any erratic kind of energy in your financial matters can be avoided if you are kind of seeing things in a new perspective, where your social activity, your collaborations, and your professional gains and business matters are concerned, the gains that you get from your business, so all that is concerned. So definitely weigh both the sides. So you seek new opportunities, new people, new connection, but also with the current social group you can always bring in new energy. It's maybe start a new project. All these can definitely in due course is going to improve your financial well-being, Aries. Taurus, for you, the Aquarius New Moon occurs in your 10th house. Now, 10th house is to do with your career, your profession, your reputation, public image, your life path. So a new moon occurring in here is definitely a time for fresh beginning, fresh starts, or looking at your career matters in a new perspective, and grabbing on those new opportunities that comes your way, and also be in a place to be able to grab on those opportunities. So make sure you are mastering yourself, your skills, capabilities, you're perfecting your skills, you're projecting yourself in a renewed way, in a fresh new way during this new moon in Aquarius. And also with the Saturn conjunct this new moon, you may feel a bit of kind of restriction, or you may feel like holding yourself back from making these career moves, having these new goals and ambition. So this is the time to really think outside the box, especially if there's something that is limiting you professionally, the opportunities that you want to take, the career path that you want to go on. If you're not able to go on that path, it's time to really look outside the box, think outside the box, find solution outside the box, and have these new beginnings in your career matter during this time. Have goals, and also your reputation, the way you are projecting yourself professionally is this is a time for fresh beginnings in that matter as well. So look at yourself differently, and from what you have been looking at yourself, from how you have been perceiving yourself until now, this is the time to really be a little bit bold, Taurus, and make those career moves. And it's a really good time to have these new energies in your business matters as well, not just a job but also business, because 10th house is to do with your business as well as a job that you might be in. So anything, or collaborations as well, anything that is professional is a 10th house matter. So fresh beginnings in all these matters is definitely required, and it's a great time to have these energies in your life during this time. Now this new moon is going to square Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your first house. Now Taurus, you have already been going through the last couple of years a lot of changes, transformation within yourself. It may be erratic or destabilizing at times, but it's definitely good for you, because it's going to really renew you, progress you, and see you in a different light. Most definitely this Uranus in your first house is really changing your whole persona. So this is a great time to really focus on those side of your personality which needs renewing, which needs a reboot, and the way you're projecting yourself. If you are changing your look, or how you are communicating, or how you're projecting on yourself, this is a great time to do that, and you must be already going through these things already. So Taurus, this is not the time to limit yourself. Now you are a fixed sign, so you may have this energy of doing the tried and tested thing, or taking those paths which is comfortable for you, which is kind of makes you complacent. But during this time it's very important, and with Uranus in your first house, and also North Node is going to be in your first half for the next 18 months. So it's a lot of energy, a lot of focus on you, Taurus. So definitely great time to reinvent yourself, project yourself differently to achieve those goals and ambitions that you have in your life. And with this new moon in your 10th house, it's perfect time to have these fresh beginnings. And even if you're feeling restricted, or you are not seeing any kind of progress in terms of your career matters, it's really time to think outside the box, because Aquarius is about thinking outside the box and finding solutions by doing something maybe unorthodox, unconventional, but something that is progressive, something that's going to bring those gains and upward movement and promotion in your career matters. So definitely great time for fresh beginnings, Taurus. Geminis, for you, the new moon in Aquarius occurs in your 9th house. The 9th house is about traveling, it's about education, learning. It's the house of philosophy, belief systems, spirituality, and new territories and new experiences to explore and widen and expand your horizon and mindset and perspective, to really open yourself up. So that's what 9th house is. Now with new moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 9th house, it's a really great time to bring these new energies and have fresh beginnings in terms of your learning, educational matters, or traveling, or just experiencing new things, basically, Gemini. So definitely have a new perspective, maybe initiate new projects or new activities around exploring or expanding your mind and seeking new opportunities, or traveling as well. If you can travel during this time, do travel, because this is going to be really open up your mind and relax you as well during this time. Now with Saturn conjunct this new moon, Geminis, there may be some sort of holding back or restriction in terms of exploring new territories, or taking on new projects or activities that is going to explore, expand your mind, or maybe traveling or education. There might be some kind of restriction. It's also a time to think outside the box, because Aquarius is about thinking outside the box, using your logic and reasoning to resolve any kind of stuck energies. So definitely maybe learn something new if you can't travel. Maybe experience something through online, or interacting with people you have not interacted with before. So all these can bring in new experiences and new opportunities your way, Geminis. Now this new moon is going to square Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which will be your 12th house. Now 12th house is the house of subconscious, it's the house of old patterns, the house of also limiting patterns, self-limiting patterns. So Uranus here is definitely rebooting all these energies, probably bringing old energies, stuck energies to surface, and asking you to take a look at it, resolve it, to move forward. So definitely great time to deal with any kind of limiting patterns, old patterns, patterns, past energies, maybe closure. You need closure to move on in something, or just your mindset as well. It can just be to do with your mindset. Maybe there's limiting or patterns in your perspective. So this new moon in Aquarius in your 9th house is definitely also asking you to have new perspective, new thinking, new thought process to resolve issues, to move forward. And it's a great time to have these spiritual, philosophical experiences as well, because 9th house and 12th house both are to do with spirituality. So definitely a great time to open yourself up to these experiences. Also with 12th house, it's time to take a break. If things get overwhelming, Geminis, take a break, retreat, and really recoup your energy, recharge your batteries, so that you can go about doing whatever you need to achieve in life during this time and going forward as well. So most definitely, Geminis, do not push yourself during this time, and you can meditate, or you do yoga, or just take a break, have quiet times, introspect, contemplate on where you are, how you want to proceed, how you want to grow, or learn new things, or read about new things, and all these can really open up your mind. So it is a private time for you with the Uranus in 12th house, but you also need to resolve any kind of past patterns and look at things outside the box with a new perspective. And also most definitely take a break, take rest and retreat, travel, have quiet times, go away in nature, or just meditate, or whatever is helpful for you to take the weight off your shoulders, Gemini. So definitely have this time off. So definitely take a rest, look at things differently, take on new adventures. If you're feeling restless, or you're bored of just your general routine, and things that you want to do you're not able to do during this time, it's definitely a time to think outside the box, to bring in this new fresh energies of adventure in your life, Geminis. Cancer, for you, the new moon in Aquarius occurs in your 8th house. Now, 8th house is a natural Scorpio house, so it leads to empowerment. It's a very psychological house. So here with the new moon in Aquarius for you, Cancer, you are definitely very much interested in motivations of your what makes you tick and what make other people tick, because 8th house is about shared values, it's about shared resources and intimacy. So anything you do in conjunction with other people, anything to do together as a union with other people, especially significant people in your life, intimate relationship in your life, you definitely very much want to create some kind of awareness in these matters. You want to understand the other person more on a deeper level and more on intimate level. So definitely you are going to feel empowered if you have that awareness, if you have that knowledge of how to work with other people, especially in financial matters, because 8th house has the joint finances energy of joint finances, shared resources. So here there can be new beginning in your understanding of how to make things mutually benefiting for both the parties, in your relationship. And you can also, bring in new energies in your financial matters during this time due to this awareness. So you could start a new financial plan or get a loan or pay off loan, or you've got something holding you back. So definitely it's a great time to really have a kind of a clean slate in terms of your joint resources and joint financial matters, and that is going to empower both of you going forward. Now Saturn is conjunct the new moon, so you may initially feel some kind of restrictions or hesitation to do what you need to do in terms of your financial matters and your resources, joint resources and all that. So definitely if there is something holding you back or restricting you, or you see some kind of delays in terms of your these matters, then it's definitely time to think outside the box, because Aquarius is about using your logic and reasoning to resolve matters. So definitely think outside the box to find a resolution. Now this new moon is going to be squaring Uranus in your 11th house, Cancer. Now Uranus is already in your 11th house for the last few years, so you're already seeing some kind of reboot, change in social circle, and the collaboration, the group projects and all that you're part of, and even the business gains, professional gains that you're seeking. So all these things are going through change and kind of freedom inducing change as well. So you seek freedom in these matters, and that's why you are bringing these changes and transformation in your social circle. You're maybe meeting new people for new collaborations that is going to result in financial gains, professional gains. So definitely a great time to do that. Now with this new moon squaring Uranus, you may tend to take risk or make radical changes in terms of your collaboration or group projects, or take some kind of action that may be out of the box or very erratic, or can be destabilizing as well. So make sure whatever decisions you're making from a balanced place, even though you're thinking outside the box and want to bring this new unconventional and freedom inducing energy in your collaboration, social matters and your joint finances. But it's good idea to work with this energy and really balance things out before making any decisions, so that your goals and your hopes and wishes can be realized, Cancer, and thus making space for bigger and better things to come. Leos, for you the Aquarius new moon occurs in your 7th house. Now 7th house is the house of relationship, both personal and business. So when a new moon occurs here, it's time to redefine or renew or seek new partnership during this time. Now this is both personal and business. Now also what new moon is going to do, because it's an Aquarius sign, experiencing any kind of issues or restrictive energy in your relationship, this new moon here is the time to stabilize anything or crystallize any kind of energy in your relationship, especially if there is something going for you. Now if the relationship is not mutually supportive and is not growing you, then obviously obviously this is going to bring some new energy, maybe introduce you to new people, or you may come across new people during this time. So definitely it's a time to renew relationship, redefine relationship, or just make new contacts during this time. And this is both personal and business. So if you got business partnership that's not going well, or there are issues, or it's kind of restrictive energy in your business partnership, then this is also a time to negotiate your contract, or just seek new contract, new people, new connections during this time. Now this new moon is going to be conjunct Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. Now Saturn is going to bring either a stabilizing kind of energy to your emotions where your relationship is concerned, or it's going to make you feel restrictive and wanting you to hold back on making any kind of progress here. Now any kind of issues or any kind of negative energies that comes about in your relationship, the best thing is to look at your mindset, your outlook, think outside the box for resolution, and go from there. Because what you also need to see during this time, Leo, is your own behavior, how what are your approaches, what your mindset is towards relationship. Are you as much as a supportive partner as the qualities that you seek in your current relationship? So how are you in the relationship as well? And if you think there is something that needs to change in terms of your own outlook, perspective, then this is a good time to have those new beginnings, and even bring about progressive changes during this time in your relationship. Now this new moon is going to square Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house, which is your career matters. Now you're already going through kind of change in your career. Any kind of old energy on old jobs, old profession may not be satisfying anymore. Even there might be some kind of trouble with authority figure, bosses, managers, whatever that might be. So that can also push you into doing something that you feel more connected with, that you may feel more spiritually aligned with. So definitely this is a time for radical changes in terms of your goals and ambition, your career, your calling in this life. Now with this new moon squaring Uranus, you may tend to take radical changes or even risk in your career matters during this time to stabilize yourself in terms of your business partnership or business if you have, or any kind of one-to-one interaction or collaborations as well, any kind of contracts or partnership that you have. You may tend to take kind of a risky move to stabilize yourself because of any kind of delays or things that are not moving fast enough for you in terms of your career matters. So it's definitely a good idea to handle these kind of conflicts and challenges in a more balanced way. Do seek out and do look at things in a different perspective with a different mindset. But most definitely do not go in on the path that can be not beneficial for you, because Uranus in your 10th house can bring up and down in your career matters. So it's about reputation and public image as well. So your reputation can get affected if you are taking risky or sudden kind of decision that may not be good for your long-term career aspirations. So definitely lead from a balanced perspective, balanced mindset, whatever decisions you're making, and any kind of goals and ambitions that you have. It's a good idea to think over it and plan it properly before you take any steps in terms of how you're projecting or the new direction you're taking. Or if you are leaving an old job and want to go in a new job, like change your career direction, this is a good time to bring these new energy in terms of think over it, but don't take any kind of risky rash decision that may affect you. And this can lead to kind of loss of your fortune, loss of your finances or anything, because you are making a move, you're making an impulsive decision in your career matters without stabilizing yourself first. So definitely with this new moon in Aquarius, it's time to have fresh starts in terms of your partnership, relationship, and all that, and stabilize yourself in terms of what you're seeking in your relationship, redefine it, and bring some new energy in your relationship matters, Leos. Virgos, for you, the new moon in Aquarius occurs in your 6th house. Now, 6th house is the house of your work, your health, and your daily routine. So new moon here is definitely going to give you this opportunity for fresh beginnings in your work, health, and just your daily life, lifestyle matters. So this is a great time to really bring in this new energy, like new health regime, new diet plans, new exercise routine and all in your life during this time, and you will be very much enthusiastic to move these things forward as well. Now when it comes to work and your productivity and usefulness, Virgos, you're very much focused on these matters anyways. So with new moon here, you are definitely getting this opportunity to redefine and look at your work matters with a new perspective. Now this can also mean maybe you are looking for a new job or applying for a new job and getting offers or interviews during this new moon, or you at least initiating these activities, initiating these new energies in your life during this time. And this new moon is going to be conjunct Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, again in your 6th house. So you're already going through kind of a change in terms of maybe a restrictive kind of energy or stabilizing energy in your work matters. So the job that you are in, maybe you are making yourself more firm, more solid in that through working since last year, since 2021, when Saturn moved in your 6th house. Now this new moon is going to give you this new energy in terms of looking at your work matters with a new perspective and look outside the box for solutions. So if you are facing any kind of delays or limiting energies in your work or health matters, then this is a time to really see things in a new light, in a new perspective, and really bring in this fresh new energies in your work and health matters, Virgos. Now this new moon is also going to be squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is going to be your 9th house. Now 9th house is all about traveling, learning, exploring, and it's a house of your philosophies, your belief system, new opportunities as well. Now Uranus has been there for a few years already, so it's already rebooting your 9th house matters. So this is a great time to introduce any kind of learning or traveling kind of initiative, exploring, expanding your horizon, exploring new territories, taking up new opportunities. Now with this new moon squaring Uranus, you may feel like taking a risk because of the delays that you're facing in your work life. You may want to get away from the routine and explore and make some kind of like a radical decision really out of your comfort zone, or something that usually you would not do that. It's a great time to do this because Uranus there here is definitely asking you to reboot your philosophy, spirituality, expand your horizon, even take up new learning if you like education, something you wanted to learn, maybe a higher education program, something that you wanted to learn until now and you were keeping it on the back. But this new moon can really make you want to take these opportunities, or at least think about it and do some research into it. So Virgos, overall this new moon is a great time to sort out any work and health matters during this time. Bring in new energy, analyze, reassess and reanalyze and rethink over whatever you are doing, and bring in new energy, resolve matters or any kind of stuck energy or delaying kind of energy by thinking outside the box and weighing all your options, whatever options you're presented with. So look at it in a wholesome way and find a solution. It can be an unconventional solution as well, something you would not take usually. So this is a great time to really work and enthusiastically on your job matters and your health matters, and try to free yourself from any kind of stuck energies during this time. And definitely a great time to even introduce any kind of exploring, traveling, and learning kind of initiative, Virgos. Libras, for you the Aquarius new moon occurs in your 5th house. Now 5th house is the house of creativity, creative projects, artistic projects. It's the house of self-expression, solo projects. It's also the house of romance, recreational time, fun time, and also the house of your children. So new moon in here is going to definitely spark your creative juices, and you're going to feel very creative, artistic during this time. You would want to express yourself freely as well, and whatever you are expressing will be received well. The new moon here definitely means having having new energy, new perspective, and time to rejoice your achievements as well. So bring in these new energy in terms of your fifth house matters. So bring in romance in your life, if that is lacking, so this is a great time to bring the romance back, rekindle the flame of romance. It's a very passionate time, so it's a really good time to really enjoy, have recreational time, take a break, do the things that brings you gratification, things that brings you enjoyment, and fun activities basically. Also spend time with your children, maybe indulge in new activities with your children, and spend more time with them during this time, or bring in new energy in these matters. If you've not been doing that, this is a time to really get involved in some kind of activities, fun activities with them. Now this new moon is in conjunction with Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. So if you feel restricted or any kind of delays in terms of whatever you're pursuing, in terms of your creativity, or any matters related to your artistic self, or any creative projects, so it's time to really look outside the box, see from outside the box, from a more unconventional way to find resolution to any kind of delays that might be happening in your fifth house matter. So overall, it's a very creative time, Libras, and it's time to really feel good about yourself and your achievements, creative achievements, solo achievements, solo projects and achievements in that. So definitely time to rejoice and have fun and celebrate your achievements as well. Now this new moon is going to square Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is going to be your 8th house of joint finances, joint resources, and social finances as well. So Uranus here is already rebooting your joint finances and shared values as well. So if you have any kind of debt to pay off, a loan to pay off, this is a great time to pay it off. Otherwise you can experience some kind of financial upheaval, especially if you are in kind of energy that is not freeing in terms of your joint resources. If you have some kind of debt from the bank and you are feeling restricted, this Uranus here can be a little bit more erratic and kind of destabilizing. So if you can, then definitely, most definitely pay off the debt, and definitely have a financial plan, and save your money, budget your expenditure and all that, because Uranus here can really cause financial crisis and upheavals in your life. So definitely see your finances from more sensible and budgeting kind of space, rather than spending kind of space. So with this new moon squaring your Uranus, you may be tend to take some risk in terms of your joint finances and spend in order to have some fun. So be mindful not to go overboard, and budget yourself. Even if you want to spend some money to celebrate or have fun, then most important thing is to budget. Don't spend more than you need to, and definitely not beyond your means. So with this new moon in your fifth house, is definitely a great time to have fun, spend time with your loved ones, and also initiate something new in terms of your creative project or solo project, Libras. Scorpio, for you, the new moon in Aquarius occurs in your fourth house. The fourth house is all about your home life, your domestic life, your family members, your own emotional security, your sense of belonging basically, and your roots and ancestry, and just your sense of comfort, where you feel comfortable, emotional comfort and emotional foundation. So when new moon comes in your fourth house in the sign of Aquarius, family life is the focus, family matters is the focus, anything to do with your inner security becomes the focus. So this is the time, Scorpios, to listen to your instinct, intuition, your gut feeling, and move, take action or progress in your home life through that, and make progress on your sense of belonging, your home life, through these feelings, what you instinctively feel. So that's very important during this time, because you may be faced with energy that is kind of restrictive, and can also be destabilizing as well during this time. Now Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius conjunct this new moon during this time, so you may feel restrictive as well in home life. Maybe you want to do something, you want to explore, or you want to expand and do something where your home life is concerned, and you're not able to do that. So it's very important to lead from a place of personal development, self-development, and it is a new moon, and so it is a time for new beginnings. So create more awareness in terms of your family members and the expectations of other people towards you, and your expectation towards other people. So it's the time to make those known as well, and find a balance at the end of the day through communication and through understanding the dynamics in your home life. Now fourth house is also to do with your house, real estate, or just your physical home. So you could be renovating, redecorating your house as well during this time, or maybe moving to a new place, or at least initiating these energies to move to a new place. So definitely all these energies are there, and it's a good time to make some fresh beginnings, or bring in some new perspective, fresh perspective. Maybe think outside the box. If you need to find a resolution, think outside the box, and maybe something that you did not think before may work out better in terms of if there is any kind of issues to be resolved during this new moon in your fourth house, because there's also Saturn conjunct this new moon. Now this new moon is also going to square Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your seventh house. So seventh house is all to do with relationship, both personal and business. So Uranus is a kind of an erratic energy, also progressive energy. So you may come into relationship suddenly during this time, and you may also go out of a relationship suddenly during this time. Now with this new moon squaring Uranus, you may be feeling some kind of restriction or delays in your home environment, and that might make you make some kind of risky or radical change in your relationship, or how you approach relationship. So maybe something stemming from home, or something due to your new perspective, now that you're looking at things differently. It can bring about some kind of changes, or because you're willing to look at things in a different way, and you are changing your perspective, and also giving more freedom in relationship, and also expecting those freedom in relationship. So definitely this is a time for you're seeking more freedom in your home environment, because Aquarius is about seeking freedom, and Uranus is also the same seeking freedom kind of energy. So in your relationship also, you are kind of more accommodating in terms of what other people feel, and giving them space to breathe, and giving yourself, expecting that space from other people as well for yourself to breathe, so that you can function together properly, and have that constructive kind of relationship and a positive relationship in life. So definitely it's a great time to bring new energy in your home environment, in your sense of belonging, inner security, and just home physical home as well. So if you're redecorating, or changing things around, moving furniture around, or maybe buying a new place, or thinking of buying a new place, this is a great time to make those long-term future plans regarding your home life, around your home life, Scorpios. Sagittarius, for you the Aquarius New Moon occurs in your third house. Now the third house is to do with communication, it's to do with learning, it's to do with information sharing, ideas sharing, networking, connecting, mingling, your contacts and all that. So that's what third house is all about. Now when new moon occurs in your third house, Sagittarius, it's time to bring new energies in all these matters. So maybe you are learning something new. It's a great time to learn something new, especially something that is kind of a short-term kind of course, because third house has that Gemini energy. So something that is online or short-term course, something maybe related to technology, or learning through technology. So maybe you're doing an online course. So it's a great time to take these initiatives. Now it's also to do with networking and connecting. So it's a great time to make new contacts, or network, mingle with people for the purpose of any kind of work or duties, or jobs that you can come about going forward. So it's a great time to really take care of your daily life, daily duties, and connections, communication and learning, and really introduce, have new perspective and new energies in these matters. Now new moon here, Sagittarius, can also create a more awareness of your local environment, because third house is to do with your local community, your environment, just your neighborhood, and also maybe you're mingling, connecting with them more during this time. So definitely that energy is also there, and making more friends and while you're connecting. So all these things are definitely there, and you will also enjoy interacting socially during this time. You'll be very aware and alert and willing to make connections during this time. Now this new moon in Aquarius, it's conjunct Saturn. So Saturn is can bring a kind of delaying energy in terms of your third house matter, or restrictive kind of energy in your third house matter. Maybe you want to connect, network, and you're not able to do, or the ideas sharing or learning that you want to do is faced with some kind of restrictions or delays. So this is the time to think outside the box to find resolution, because Aquarius is about thinking outside the box, where your communication is concerned, where your ideas sharing and information sharing is concerned. So definitely look at that in a different way during this time, Sagittarius. Now this new moon is also going to square Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Now Taurus is your sixth house, which is about work and health. So you can bring this new progressive, freeing kind of energy in your sixth house matter. So maybe you will be working in a more different way, innovative way, completely different, unique way as compared to how you were doing until now. So this new moon is going to square Uranus. So this square aspect with the new moon and Uranus, what it can do is it can make you take risk, or bring about some kind of radical change in your how you work, and that can be a bit destabilizing, and you're making these decisions because you're feeling you're faced with some kind of delays or restriction in your communication or learning, or how you want to share information. So Sagittarius, definitely balance things, energies out, and look outside the box. Find unique solutions for any kind of restrictive energies or destabilizing energies if you feel in your communication and your work matter, and look at things in a new perspective, bring new energies in it, and learn something new, maybe a new way of doing things, or connect with people, new people, maybe that can help you in terms of how you want to proceed with your communication, information sharing, and all that. So definitely a great time to create more awareness of your environment, Sagittarius, and learn new things and communicate in a more freeing, innovative, unique ways, and bring new energies, fresh energies, and fresh perspective in these matters. Capricorn, for you, the Aquarius new moon occurs in your second house. Now, second house is to do with your money and your values. So when a new moon occurs here, it's a time for fresh start in your money matters, in your financial matters, your income, your money making capabilities, and all that, and also how you value yourself, how you see your own worth, your self-worth. So there's an opportunity for fresh starts, new perspective, new way of doing things in these matters. So it's a great time to really set a budget or financial plan, financial goals that you have. If you think your finances are not in place, or you're not able to manage or control your finances or your spending, this is a great time to set something in motion in terms of a proper plan, a firm plan to move forward with your financial, your health, your financial well-being, how to bring it back on track. So this is a great time to definitely bring in fresh energies in your financial matter. Now this new moon is going to conjunct Saturn in the same sign, in the sign of Aquarius, in your second house. So Saturn can bring a kind of a restriction or seriousness to the emotion, your feelings, your perception towards financial matters, towards your money matters. So you may feel restrictive or held back, or you may see some kind of delays, or the plan that you had, your financial plan, may not go as per as you wanted. So it's definitely a good time to put down some concrete plan. With the Saturn conjunct the moon, you will have this a bit of seriousness as well to put down some solid foundation for your financial matters going forward. Now this new moon is going to be squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is your fifth house, Capricorn. So your creativity, your solar projects, all these things are going through a reboot anyways. So you're already feeling the energy to free yourself and express yourself freely and authentically and with originality in your creative projects or endeavors. So you are definitely very much interested in expressing yourself freely during this time. Now with this new moon squaring Uranus, you could experience some kind of unpredictability in terms of your financial matters, and if its effect on fifth house matter, which is also to do with having fun, having a good time, doing things for fun, creative or recreational activities, spending time with your loved ones and all that. So your financial financial matters can get affected because maybe you're spending on your recreational activities, or having fun and all that, so your money is draining in that direction. So it's a very good it's a very good idea during this new moon to really introduce some kind of a financial plan, budget, and really really look at your finances, how to organize it much better as compared to what you have been doing. So with new moon in your second house, Capricorn, it's not just a good time to introduce a financial plan and budget and save money, but also to increase your income, to to utilize your money making capability to increase your income, to ask for that pay rise, ask for that promotion that can result in pay rise, or change your job and go for something that pays more. So definitely these kind of energies you can initiate during this time. You can apply for that job which can give you more money. So most definitely it's a great time to think about all these things. And if you feel some kind of restriction in terms of how you think, your own perception of things, then it's great time, then it's really useful to think outside the box for solutions in terms of how you can make more money, how you can increase your income, and maybe start something online on the side, or like a side hustle or something that can bring you more money. So definitely it's a good time to introduce these kind of energies. And with Aquarius in your second house, Capricorn, thinking outside the box to make money is definitely how you should make money, and how things work out for you going forward. So definitely bring in this new moon, introducing new, looking at things new perspective in terms of your financial matters and money making capabilities, Capricorn. Aquarius, for you, the new moon in Aquarius occurs in your first house. Now the first house is all about you. It's your self-image, your personal destiny, your personal priorities, the way you look, the way you project yourself. So with the new moon here, this is your chance, Aquarius, to put your best foot forward, to project yourself in a new, innovative, unique way, something different from what you have been doing, something that you will enjoy, something that will really put your authentic self, your original self forward. So definitely a great time to rethink about how you want to go forward, how you want to progress, and really focus on your personal priorities, your destiny, your self-image. So great time to bring these refreshing energies in your self-image, most importantly. Now this new moon is in conjunction with Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your first house. So Saturn here is probably bringing some kind of limitations in terms of how you're projecting yourself, or the opportunities to project yourself are limited, or you are holding yourself back from putting your best foot forward on the way you want to project yourself. So with this conjunction, if you are feeling any kind of restriction or delays in experiencing new things, or taking up opportunities or projecting yourself the way you want to, then the best thing is to think outside the box, bring in unique ideas, new resolution to go forward, and to really change your perspective as well, how you want to project and see things from a different angle, maybe a new perspective, a new mindset, new outlook, how you want to present yourself would work, rather than doing the things same old way. And it can be freedom inducing as well. It could be progressive and really bring about the change that you desire in your personal self. Now this new moon will be squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is your fourth house of home life and family members, and your sense of belonging, your sense of inner security, and comfort, emotional foundation. So Uranus in your fourth house kind of brings about a need for some kind of space or freedom from family members, or have your own space to have some quiet times or your own time in your family life, in your home life. So the freedom aspect, the space aspect is very crucial when Uranus transits the fourth house. It can also lead to some kind of maybe renovation you want to do, or redecorate your house, or arrange the house in such a way that you feel a little bit more kind of freedom for yourself. Now it can also mean moving or relocating as well. Now with this new moon in Aquarius, the restriction that you may be feeling in terms of projecting yourself and doing, you know, what you want to do for yourself, for your life, and, you know, your personal priority may be getting challenged by the, you know, your home life, your home environment. Maybe you want more freedom to do your own thing and you're not able to get that. So definitely it's time to think outside the box. So don't bring about radical changes or, you know, make impulsive decisions regarding your you know, home matters, family members, related to family members, to seek that freedom, because you don't want to cause a rift in your family, or, you know, break it away or on impulse, just because you're not able to present yourself in the best way possible, or you're not able to get noticed the way you want to, Aquarius. So definitely it's a good idea to find a balance in both the energies and think outside the box for resolutions, and try to balance it and stabilize yourself to promote growth, your growth for yourself, and, you know, bring some kind of freedom and maybe some kind of unique energy, freeing kind of energy in your home life, or, you know, see your family members in a different light, in a different way, and seek resolution if there is any kind of situation that arises from your home environment, Aquarius. Pisces, for you, the Aquarius new moon occurs in your 12th house. Now, 12th house is to do with your subconscious self and your unconscious behavior, past pattern, old patterns, you know, self-sabotaging patterns as well, self-limiting patterns. It's also to do with retreating, taking a break, rejuvenating, recharging your batteries, and just, you know, having a quiet time to, you know, in isolation, to introspect, contemplate about, you know, your life decisions and how your, you know, life is going forward. Because when new moon occurs in your sign Pisces in a month's time, then it will be time to take action and move things forward. That is more of an action oriented time compared to this new moon time on 1st of February. So this is a time to really take a break and really find fulfillment through, you know, empathizing with other people, being of service to other people, create more awareness of other people's feelings around in your life, and that can be anybody you interact with, connect with. So look at them, what are their motivations, create more awareness around that, lead from a more sympathetic and compassionate and considerate space, Pisces. And it's really a time to really you know, let go of limiting patterns and negative patterns. If you can resolve, find a resolution, that's perfect. That's what you should be doing during this new moon. And also retreating, taking a break, finding emotional peace, and, you know, rejuvenating and really recharging your batteries, finding that peace and calm in your life, and you know, being just more compassionate, sympathetic towards other people is definitely the theme for this new moon in Aquarius. Now, this new moon will be conjunct Saturn in your 12th house. So maybe there could be some kind of self-doubt or self-limiting pattern or self-deceiving pattern, or you know, some kind of delaying kind of energy that can make you not be able to take the break or have peace or connect with people more on emotional level. So definitely this is a time to really think of in a more freeing and unique way to find resolution and closure with people, if there are any kind of issues with people in your close ties or anybody you're connecting with. Now, this new moon will be squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 3rd house, which is a house of communication. So your way of communication and, you know, conversation and connecting with people is already going through a reboot. It's going through a kind of a erratic or a disruptive kind of phase, or it's going through a major innovative and really unique kind of change or, you know, transformation. So this is a great time to really utilize your communication, your new mindset. It's not just to do with communication, the 3rd house. It's also to do with your outlook, your mindset, how you perceive things, how you look at things. So Uranus here can also bring about new, you know, kind of innovative way of approaching things. Change in mindset, change in outlook can also help you find these closures with people in your life, and communicating and voicing your opinion. And, you know, the words have power during this time, because new moon squaring Uranus in 3rd house is definitely gives communication more power, but can also be conflicting and challenging. So it's very important to find a balance, a middle ground, and lead from a place of growth, calm, and practicality, Pisces. So definitely great time to take a break, rejuvenate, recharge your batteries, find some emotional peace, and connect with your close ties of whoever you're connecting with more on emotional level, more on sympathetic, compassionate, and considerate level, Pisces. Thank you for watching my Aquarius New Moon video. I hope you enjoyed the content and can use the information to, live more consciously. So thank you very much again, and have a lovely day.